Hello everyone, I am Undead Horde here on YouTube and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video we're looking at day 21 of the daily quests going on. And here we are. So this is actually my second time trying to record this video. I did a lot of weird frou-frou crap during the first part of the video. And so it just didn't come across very well, and then my daughter was crying and stuff like that, so it's just kind of just a better fresh look at things today. So first things first, we're going to start off by actually taking a look at the old boots. Interesting. I don't like, obviously speed is so much better, but I don't hate them. I don't. As long as they roll well. But that is the problem. And I feel like the moment I said that, I'm gonna get screwed. Let's just hope for the best. Okay. Okay. That's not unreasonable. Okay. Okay. All right. I can't even look. I would have preferred to either got a quad roll in accuracy or get 2 rolls into crit rate. The flat defense, I guess, isn't horrible, with the defense percentage being the main stat. And honestly, 31 accuracy is not that bad by like any stretch of the imagination. So I'm sure that'll be useful on somebody. Honestly. Ooh. But honestly, where his whole thing is defense, I mean, it's damage based off defense with the poisons. So getting the increased accuracy for the poisons could kind of go crazy right now. And so it honestly, we might be building him in like a weird perception gear style build with some of this type of stuff and seeing what we could do with it. I don't hate it. So, all right. So we have that out of the way. Not great, but not terrible either, I guess. We got a bunch of stuff we got to do. We got a bunch of boring stuff that has to happen in the background of this video. I know it does suck. I'm hoping to gain a faster team at some point in time to do a lot of this type of stuff, because lordy. We're not supposed to be grinding on this one. We're supposed to be... We grind out in here. We're trying to get the sorceress drop to happen so we can fill out the guardian. Yada, yada, yada. This is also the easiest one for me to do because we only have to run it. We have to run it 4 times because you have to go to complete campaign missions 7 times. But if you run it 4 times with the double raid, it actually gives you 8. And you have to beat a boss anyways 3 times, and you get your energy done this way as well. It's a decent use of brutal. Technically speaking, and I've said this before and I'll always say this, it'll be better used if I was doing this on like just farming 12-3. If I just did it there, it would honestly come across as a lot more useful. But I do need to get sorceress. I think I need to upgrade our skills first and foremost. But second of all, this is the fastest way I can think of of getting champions to, or this is a much better guaranteed way of getting champions than I need for the Guardian stuff, Faction Guardian, to get those additional stats. So it is what it is, I guess. Alrighty then. So we've got a couple things I need to talk about. There's actually, well, there's like 3 or 4 things that I need to talk about. First and foremost, up to 50 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Like, it's just unbelievable. Just slowly every single every single day, we're gaining more and more subs, and it's just a blessing, and I love all of you guys for it, and I'm so grateful. Number 2, I took a poll, and everybody's in agreement so far that we could make it to 100 subs by the end of the year. So I really hope that is the case, because that would be super cool. 100 plus, ideally. Like, I would love to make it to 100, but it'd be really cool if we could make it above that by the new year. So that is a challenge that we're now going to pose on ourselves. Sorry, I got very thirsty. Number 3. Number 3 is a really big shout out. Okay? This shout out goes to, and I will actually, where are they? Actually, should have been doing this in the clan spot earlier. Yeah. I will give that shout out in just a little bit. It is a very well deserved shout out, but I want to do this properly. So we're going to bypass that for now. Number 4. I clarified some things in clan chat with T Klaus, but so in clan chat the other night, but part of my video yesterday may have come across as a bit not insensitive, but like not necessarily thought out all of the way when I was explaining things about Demon Lord and stuff like that. So I want to backtrack a little bit and I kind of explain my thought process a little bit more, so it doesn't feel like I'm being overly negative or being ungrateful for what T Klaus I don't know why I keep saying Klaus. T Klaus has done for us. So he has unlocked Demon Lord up until like what, hard? Where you like the infinite on hard or whatever. So, which is amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. But I think, and when I first had looked at it and realized, it was just one of those things where it's just, I felt very overwhelmed, because just like a day or two previous, it wasn't that way. And so I think I let my overwhelmment kind of lead in the charge of like my gratefulness, because now, if I'm not mistaken, that means that when we run through those dungeons, or when we run through the Demon Lords, no matter what we get, we're always going to get 2 chests, which is huge, and I think is super helpful for everyone. I just think I looked at it where it's like, there's like slow progression on it, and next thing you know, it's like a huge jump. I didn't actually realize how grateful I should have been for that huge jump, because getting double chests is what we really need to be doing and looking at anyways. And so this is a great opportunity for all that, and I'm super grateful. It doesn't mean that I can't progress at the rate that I want to progress at. It just means that by doing that, I'm still getting the higher end of the rewards, or getting the double rewards, and I don't have to worry about not having that, which is great. And it's also better for those who are higher up on the account, who are in the clan, that they can have access to that as well, and it just works out a lot better for them across the board. So I wanted to retract a little bit, and actually I am very grateful for everything that he has done, and what this could mean for some people. And I will be right back, because if you cannot hear, which you should be able to, my little one is upset, and I need to see if I can help handle that situation. So there's going to be a bit of a cut here. All right. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I honestly don't know what's going on with her. She just kind of keeps waking up and crying, and I go to talk to her, and she won't say anything to me, and then falls back asleep. So, it's just a weird situation. Just one of those things that a parent, you just slowly work with and try to figure out. But for now, we can keep going. Moving into, I guess, Clan Boss, apparently, is what we're going to move into. We're claiming the Warrior's chest here. Nice. And nice. Okay. So, why did the... I'm so confused about how this works. So, let me see. Warrior's chest here. You don't get the chance of a void. If we go to normal Warrior's chest, still no chance of a void, but the Knight's chest does have it. We can at least auto through here. The problem is that this Warrior's chest isn't just doing enough for us, but we're also not really getting to a point in which we can hit the Knight chest yet. So it's like, what is realistically more worth it for us to do? Because with being at the Warrior chest, we're just getting what we would normally get over here. We're just doing it in a lot faster of a process. So why would I keep trying to push towards the normal if I can't, if it's going to take me so long to get there and I'm not even getting to the higher point? You know what I mean? So honestly, for video sake, as of right now, I'm just going to actually stick with normal so I can quick battle through. And then as I actually see progression in certain champions, then I will push towards a higher point to get to the higher chest. But I'm not doing the damage I need to do right now, and I'm wasting 8 minutes of my time in recording stuff like that, waiting for the battle to finish, and it's just not worth it to me when I can just quick battle through things. Right now, in my life, time is everything. And if I can save time doing something, then I'd much rather do that than I would. I just need to save time wherever I can. So, we got that done and out of the way. Now, we have that. We have to arena. Oh, my least favorite part of the game is arena. I don't even think there's any good battles in here that we can do. This one should be pretty easy, actually. We'll take this one on and keep. Hopefully, we can find a couple other good ones to do easy, just because arena. I know it's important, and I know I'll be happy once I get like the whatever it's called upgraded, the town hall. Once I get that upgraded with the affinity stat boost, I'm sure I'll be extremely happy. But as of right now, I'm bored. I'm just bored of it all. I just don't like doing arena. Oh, and that sucks. The leveling up sucks. Okay, well, we'll take this one on. I do agree. I get the auto leveling up because you made up to a new level and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just like I wish it was at least it would carry over the refresh that you earned. Because without it carrying over the refresh, it sucks. It does. It doesn't feel like it's worth it at all. Well, because now it's like if you don't run into enough missions, if you don't run into enough that you can actually beat, then you have to wait the 14-15 minutes before you can refresh and hopefully find somebody else that you can beat, or you have got to spend the 5 gems, and I don't want to do that either. So it's like it's kind of like a weird lose-lose situation. And maybe I'm complaining about nothing. Maybe nobody else has ever felt this way before, and I'm just rambling on about something that doesn't matter at all, but it matters to me. So, yeah. Any hoodly doodly doodly doo. There's something else I wanted to talk about in this video that is near and dear to my heart, and that is another challenge. Not necessarily another challenge that I'm doing right now, but it could happen. And what challenge is this that you might ask? Well, it actually, and I need to give credit where credit is due currently, this is a challenge that I thought to try to do a while ago, but I couldn't fully figure out how to make it work. But when I was talking to T. Claus here a little bit earlier, he had mentioned about he had a new account that he was starting and what he was doing with that account, so I could look out for his application to join the clan underneath that account, right? The account will be Epic's Asterix. The only legends I'll use will be ones that the game gives everyone. I love this concept. I had originally done something semi-similar to this, but to a higher extreme. My original challenge in all of this was only being able to use champions that were given to me by the game for free. Okay, great. I'll look out for it. So my concept was being able to only use champions that were given to me for free from the game in general. That was it. I couldn't use anything else. So like starting off, I could use my starter, Kale, whatever. Whoever I chose as my starter, I could use them. Then like the game, like I would consider like the sniper that you get at the very beginning of the game as one of those free units, because you get that unit no matter what. That doesn't change. That's literally encoded in the game that you are going to get sniper out of that mystery shard during the tutorial. So that one counts. And then what is his name? His name, some of you might know where I'm going with this, but I'm going to do this. Okay. So herein you get, who do you get? Oh, he's not in here. You don't actually get him as a drop, which makes this even better. Where is he? Banner Lords, I think. No, he's Sacred Order, right? He's a Sacred Order uncommon. Yes. So you get Crusader, right? You get Crusader for free once you make it like halfway through or something like that of the castle. You get him. And he's not even like he's a drop that you can get, which I thought he was for a little bit there. No, you just get him. So he would be eligible for use. And then you also get a free copy of War Priest. So War Priest would be something that you could use for free, because these are units that the game gives you that they give everyone. Like you get them, right? And so, but the problem is that I was finding it really, really, really hard to scale that, right? Because I can't just work with whatever, right? Like that gives you what, 4 champions and that's it. It feels like there should be more than that. And so it's like, where can I go from there? What else would you get? And obviously you'd get like all the login rewards, right? The daily login, you'd get your Haikatoon, you get your Yaga, you get your Dark Aethel, so on and so forth, but those are super far apart. So it's like, all right, does, that counts? For sure those count. So now you have additional champions, but again, super far apart to get to and to use. So what's the next step then, right? How do you go even further than that because you don't want to get just stuck waiting forever and ever and ever just to get one other champion. And so, like, it's really hard to sit down and determine, like, what you can actually use for free and, like, what you can't use for free. Because it's like, you get the drops. Do the drops in campaign count as a free units? Because on one regard, it's like, yes and no. Like, I could see the argument for both sides. So I was finding it really hard to actually sit down and craft like a good acceptable yay or nay to like units that were allowed to be used and not allowed to be used. So there is a very, very clear cut. Oh, okay, weird. So there is a very clear cut, these champions are acceptable to use, 100%, no thought in anybody's mind otherwise about it, right? But then the line gets gray. And so how do you break past that gray line? Like, what is the determining factor for that? And I obviously want to do some type of summons on the account because this game is based off of like a gotcha system. So I feel like there needs to be some level of what you can and can't do for the summons. And so then the thought process became, well, you can use any free shards that the game gives you within reason, because then it just sounds like a free-to-play account, and you don't want it to be a free-to-play account. You want to try to find the bounds that sets the account completely differently. War Maiden sick. Not for this account, though. That sucks. So it's just so hard. But I do like the way that Epix is going about doing it, or T-Claws is going about doing it underneath the account Epix, because it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's really cool. I would like to make my idea work, but I would really, really, really need to workshop it with some people and see what they think and how to like fully go forward and building it. If anybody has any ideas down below that they want to share down below about what should be the acceptable range and the unacceptable range for a challenge like this, then please let me know. Like, the original thought process always was, well, you get artifacts from here. Or you got shards. So, like, this shard should be counted because it's a challenge. It's a free reward from the challenges that you can earn. So these shards are acceptable. Any shard that you get from a drop-in campaign as a reward track mission, those shards should be acceptable. Right? The Arbiter missions, any shards you get out of here should be acceptable. Arbiter, obviously, would be an acceptable unit that you can get. Ramantu and Marius would also be units that once I get them, I'm allowed to use. But then, obviously, throughout this process, you would then fuse. I think you fuse Relic Keeper. You fuse Relic Keeper. So is Relic Keeper, I think Relic Keeper should be one that you can also have because it's given to everyone. I don't know. And then you got the daily like login. Do these shards count? I don't know. I feel like if I were to generally set it up, I would say you cannot use any shards that can be bought, and you cannot use any shards that can be farmed from content. So you can't use any shards drops that you get from Demon Lord. You can't use any of the shards that you get from X, Y, and Z. That you can only use shards that are given to you from the daily login rewards, from mission tracks, and that's it. And I think that would be the ultimate way to go with it. It's super heavy, like limiting. It really makes you want to push as far as the missions as possible, early on as possible, because then it gives you the best chance at being able to build teams and stuff like that. So, and I feel like, but then it's like, what about fusions? Or like the Kraz or whatever his name is going on right now. Is this someone that I should be allowed to have? Because he's technically given to everybody as long as you work at it hard enough. And should I count accounts? Should I count like promo links where you get a bunch of free champions from those promo links? Like, they're not technically given to you by the game necessarily, but at the same time they are because they're a promotion from Polarium to give to free accounts to have, that everybody technically can have access to if they want to. So where do you go from there? I'm going to make a whole separate video on this. I've been rambling on way too much in this video about this, so I'm going to leave. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And look out for all the other videos that are going to be coming out. Peace.